नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, welcome to the another lecture of applied mechanics. So in the previous lecture we have seen the first important machines, that is the simple wheel and axle machines. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the differential wheel and axle. So in that in our previous lecture we have discussed simple wheel and axle, and based on their problem based on that machine. Okay, so we have discussed the two problems, and we know the velocity ratio for simple wheel and axle, that is nothing but capital D by small d, that is nothing but the capital D is a what, diameter of wheel, and small d is the diameter of axle. Now in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the differential wheel and axle. So see here, it is an improved from of simple wheel and axle. So this is nothing but the improvement of the simple wheel and axle. So this is the advancement in the simple wheel and axle, and also in which the velocity ratio is intensified with the help of load axle. So here we have intensified the velocity ratio. Okay, so there is some improvement in the simple wheel and axle, that is the differential wheel and axle. So you can see in the figure there is a differential wheel and axle. In this case the load axle BC, you can see here this B and this C, that is the load axle, made up to two parts of different diameter. Here in the previous lecture we have seen this is our wheel and this is our axle, but here one more additional part we have added in this differential wheel and axle, that is the C part, and these two parts are the different diameter. Here axle B is a different diameter and axle C is also different diameter. So let's see here, like simple wheel axle, the wheel A and the axle B and C are keyed to the same shaft. Here also similar to the simple wheel and axle, this is the shaft, this is your shaft, right? And on this single shaft our wheel A, axle B and axle C are mounted. So we have only one shaft, and on that shaft all these three components are mounted, and B is keyed to the C, and A is keyed with the B. So here, which is mounted on ball bearing in order to reduce the friction resistance to a minimum. So this shaft is mounted on a ball bearing. Why we are mounted it on a ball bearing? Because ball bearing has a low friction resistance, means it is a create low friction, that is the friction resistance. That's why to minimize the friction resistance we are mounting this shaft on a ball bearing. So after that the effort string is wound round the wheel A. So here you can see these strings are wound on a wheel A, that is our effort strings. Now after that another strings wound round the axle B, which after passing round the pulley to which the weight W is attached is wound round the axle C in opposite direction to that of the axle B. Care being taken to wind the string on the wheel A and axle C in the same direction. So here you can see the strings mounted on an axle C and mounted on an axle A are in the same direction, and the string B mounted on an axle B are in a opposite direction with the A and with the C. So here, as a result of this, when the string unwinds from the wheel A, the other strings also unwinds from the axle C, but it winds on the axle B as shown in figure. Now you can see here, like in a simple wheel and axle, here diameter D, you can see here diameter D is nothing but the diameter of wheel. So this is similar to the the simple wheel and axle, that is diameter of wheel. After that, small d1, that is nothing but the diameter of axle B, and d2, here you can see d1 is the diameter of axle B, and this d2 is nothing but the diameter of axle C. So this is d2. Okay, and here W is nothing but the weight lifted by the machine, which is on a axle B and axle C. So here you can see the both strings are connect at one pole and one point, and on that point we have attached a load W, and effort is applied on our wheel. Okay, so now you can see here, we know that displacement of effort in the one revolution of effort wheel A, as seen in the simple wheel and axle, it is similar. Wheel is a circular, right? Our wheel is a circular. So for completing the one revolution, or means here is our nozzle, okay, and this nozzle, when this wheel are rotate, so when this nozzle comes to this end also, that is your distance. So that is nothing but the circumference of your circle, that will be the pi d. So it is similar to the simple axle and wheel. So that is nothing but pi d. Therefore, length of string will wound on the axle B in one revolution, that is nothing but the pi d into L. Okay. After that, length of string which will wound on the axle C, that is nothing but the pi d2. Here pi d1, that is the diameter of axle B, and this d2 is nothing but the diameter of axle C. So length of axle B is pi d1 and length of axle C is pi d2. After that, you can see here length of string which will wound in one revolution, that is nothing but pi d1 minus pi d2, means this is the diameter of axle C and axle B and axle C. So that is nothing but pi d1 minus pi d2. So here equal to pi is cancel common, this pi and this pi will take a common here, this is the common, and d1 minus d2, this is the d1 minus d2. Now, and displacement of weight, now you can see here what is the displacement of weight, is nothing but the half into this pi d1 minus d2. Now we can write this equation like this, pi by 2 into d1 minus d2. So this is our equation 2. Now what is the purpose behind this all displacement and length? So we need to find out the velocity ratio of differential axle and wheel. आपल्याला यामध्ये काय differential axle and wheel चा velocity ratio काढायचा आहे. As I told you in the previous lecture, all 8 machines have a different velocity ratio. So that's why we have to find out the velocity ratio here. For that velocity ratio, we are solving all this stuff. Okay. So here velocity ratio is equal to distance moved by the effort divided by distance moved by the load. So we can see here velocity ratio is equal to distance moved by the effort is what? Pi d, pi into capital D, divided by pi by 4 d1 minus d2. So right now we can see here this pi will get cancelled. So this 2 is in a denominator, it will be goes to the numerator. So this will be like this. So your equation would be like 2d upon d1 minus d2. So this is nothing but the equation of velocity ratio. What we have to find out? We have to find out the equation of velocity ratio, and we got that equation, that is nothing but the velocity ratio is equal to 2d divided by d1 minus d2. So this is that term we need to find out. Okay. So here in the previous lecture we have seen velocity ratio for simple axle and wheel, that is d by d, because here we have a single wheel and single axle. Here we have two axle, so we have to take a both axle here. Okay. Now mechanical advantage, that is W by P. As usual, we are taking the same from the our first lecture of second chapter. Mechanical advantage, the value of it is same and the efficiency is also same. Whatever we have taken from the previous lecture, that is nothing but mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. Right. Now on this equation and on this velocity ratios equation, that is we get that qd divided by d1 minus d2. By using this equation and all the concept we are using in a previous lecture, we have to solve the problem based on it. So now you can see here the problem. What is the example and what example told to us? Here you can see the larger and smaller diameter of a differential wheel and axle are 80 mm and 70 mm respectively. Full stop. The effort is applied to the wheel of diameter 250 mm. Full stop. What is the velocity ratio? Question mark. Then second, find efficiency and frictional effort lost when a load of 1050 Newton is lifted by an effort of 25 Newton. Now you can see here, as I told you, what I told you, read the problem carefully. जेव्हा आपण एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करताय त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, प्रॉब्लेम एकदम केअरफुली वाचायचा आहे. का? Cause your answer is hide in your problem. तुमचा आन्सर हा तुमच्या प्रॉब्लेम मध्येच असतो. 50% if you are able to find out the given data, so your 50% problem will solve there. Remaining 50% on what basis? You have to apply the formulas only. So here see what we have to find out. We have to find out the given data. So what is the given data? The larger and smaller diameter of differential wheel and axle are, means here the larger diameter of wheel, larger diameter of wheel, okay, larger diameter of wheel, that is nothing but the T1 is equal to 80 mm, okay, and smaller diameter of wheel, that is the smaller diameter of wheel is nothing but d2 70 mm respectively. After that, diameter of effort wheel is given to us. Applied effort is applied on the wheel, that is the diameter of effort wheel. So you can see here diameter of effort wheel, that is capital D, is equal to how much? How much it is given? 250 mm. So here 250 mm. Okay. After that, we have also given the load and effort. To find efficiency and friction effort loss when load is a 1050 Newton and effort is a 25 Newton. So here W is given to us. W, that is nothing but the how much? 1050 Newton, and P is given to us. W is load and effort. Effort is given to us, that is nothing but the 25 Newton, right? So now what we have to find out? Find the efficiency and frictional effort loss. So we have to find out the efficiency and frictional effort loss. So efficiency is equal to how much and frictional effort loss. Frictional effort loss. So that is nothing but F effort is equal to how much. So we have to find out these two terms. So first, and what it said, the effort applied velocity ratio we have to also find out. What is the velocity ratio? So first term we have to find out, that is nothing but the velocity ratio. Because if we are not able to solving the find out the velocity ratio, then we cannot find out the efficiency. Because our efficiency formula is ma upon VR into 100. Okay, so let's try to solve it one by one. So first thing is the velocity ratio. Velocity ratio. So here you can say we know that the velocity ratio is equal to 2d divided by d1 minus d2. This is the velocity ratio for what? Differential wheel and axle. We have recently seen it. Okay. So now put the all value and what equation we have? Vr is equal to 2d divided by d1 minus d2. So 2 into diameter of wheel is given to us, that is nothing but the 250 divided by diameter of axle we have given, that is the 80 minus 70 d1 d2. Okay, so here 2 multiplied by 250 means 500 divided by 10. Here 1010 get cancelled. Okay, so you will get the value of velocity ratio, that is nothing but the 50. So 50 is the velocity ratio. So once we have find out the value of velocity ratio, now we can solve the efficiency. So second thing we have to do to find out the efficiency. Efficiency is equal to how much? Efficiency is equal to, we know the formula for that, that is mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. Now tell me one thing, in this problem we don't know the value of what value of mechanical advantage. Now we have to find out the value of mechanical advantage. So how we can find out it? So first thing we have to do to find out, we know that mechanical advantage is equal to W upon P. So value of W is what we have given to us, 1050 is the value of W, that is load, and value of effort is 25 Newton, right? So right now we have to do the calculation. So do it calculation on your calci. 25, it will be a 42. So 25 42 is a 1050. You have to do this calculation on your calci. Okay, so we get the value of mechanical advantage, that is nothing but the 42, right? So now you can see here, we know the value of mechanical advantage and we know the value of velocity ratio. So based on these two values, we can find out the value of efficiency. So here now use the formula of efficiency. Therefore efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100, right? So value of mechanical advantage is how much? Is 42, and divided by value of velocity ratio is 50 into 100. So here 52 is a 100. So 42 multiplied by 2, that is nothing but the 84. Then efficiency is nothing but 84%. percent, right? So this is your efficiency. So here you can see we have find out the efficiency. Now what we have to find out? So third term we have to find out, that is the frictional effort lost in machine. So third term we have to find out, that is the frictional effort loss. Frictional effort lost, right? So you can see here we also know that, okay, what do we know? That frictional effort lost, frictional effort lost, that is F effort is equal to P minus W upon velocity ratio. So we know this formula from our second or third lecture of the second unit. Okay, so we know this formula. So by using this formula we can find out the frictional effort loss. So just put the all value of P, value of W and value of velocity ratio in this equation. So now see here, F effort is equal to P minus W upon velocity ratio. So here the value of P is nothing but the, how much the value of P? 25 Newton. 25 minus value of W 1050 Newton, and velocity ratio how much? That is the 50. We have find out it, right? So just do the calculation. 25 minus 1050 divided by 50. So here 0, 50, 0, 0 will get cancelled. 5 2s are 10 and 5 1s are 5. So here you can see that is 25 minus 21. So that is nothing but the 4. So frictional effort lost is nothing but the 4 Newton. So this is the value we have find out, that is nothing but the frictional effort loss. So in this problem we have find out the value of velocity ratio, efficiency and frictional effort loss. Similarly, we have to solve some again some number of problems based on this differential axle and wheel. So you can see here, you have to read the problem first. In this problem you have to try it at your own before going to the my steps. You have to find out, you have to try by yourself. स्वतः ट्राय करून बघा, सॉल्व करण्याचा प्रयत्न करा. जर नसेल जमत तर तुम्ही ही स्टेप परत कॉपी करू शकताय. ठीक आहे. So let's see the second problem based on it. So what our problem said? With a differential wheel and axle, an effort of 6 Newton raised a load of 60 Newton. If the efficiency at this load is 80%, find the velocity ratio of the machine. Full stop. If the diameter of the effort wheel is 30 mm, determine the difference between diameter of the axles. Full stop. If the sum of the diameter of the axle is 280 mm, determine the diameter of each axle. So you have to read this problem carefully. Just read it once carefully. Okay. So you can see here, you have to find out first thing you have to do is the find out the given data, right? So what given data we have here? Given data. So what given data we have? So for that we have to read the problem carefully. with the differential wheel and axle. Here in the problem they are mentioned which machine is using. If here mentioned the simple wheel and axle, then you have to use the velocity ratio is equal to d by d. But here they are using the word differential, so you have to use Vr is equal to 2d upon d1 minus d2. So that's why I always told you read the problem carefully, because here we have taken one bit and after that problem based on it, but in your examination they are not following the sequence. They are suddenly ask any problem, so you have to read that problem carefully. If using the differential wheel and axle, then you have to use this formula. If using simple wheel and axle, you have to use this formula. If directly given velocity ratio, then you have to whatever the remaining terms you have to find out. You have to find out that. Okay. So here our given data, what it said, effort of 6 Newton raised a load of 60 Newton. So here effort is given. Effort, right? Effort P is given to us 6 Newton. After that, load is given to us. Load W is equal to 60 Newton. After that, if the efficiency at this load is 80%, right? Efficiency at this load is 80%. So efficiency is also given to us. Here we have written the all given data once again. Given data. So here we have given what effort P is a 6 Newton. After that, load W is equal to 60 Newton, right? After that, what it said, efficiency is also given to us. Efficiency is equal to how much percentage efficiency? 80%. So here efficiency is 80%, right? After that, what it find the velocity ratio of the machine. So we have to find out the velocity ratio of machine. So Vr is equal to how much, right? After that, what it said, if the diameter of the effort wheel is mm. So diameter of effort wheel means capital D is given. Diameter of effort wheel, diameter of effort wheel, that is capital D, is equal to how much? 300 mm, right? After that, determine the difference between the diameter of the axles. So we have to find out the difference between the diameter of axles. So here difference between diameter of axles, that is d1 minus d2 is equal to how much, right? So this term we have to find out. This term we have to find out. After that, what it said, if sum of the diameters of the axle is, so we have given the sum of the diameter of axles, that is the sum of the diameter of axles, that is nothing but capital D1 plus D2 is equal to how much it is given? 280 mm. So 280 mm. So this value is given to us. Okay. After that, determine the diameter of each wheel. So here they are asking us about the diameter of each wheel. Means D1 is equal to how much and D2 is equal to how much. These two terms we have to find out. So we have to find out three terms here. One is the velocity ratio, second one is the relation between difference between d1 minus d2, and separately d1 and d2, the value of d1 and d2. So now for first thing, For find out the velocity ratio, you have to divide it in a parts. So first thing you have to find out, that is the velocity ratio, right? So velocity ratio VR is equal to how much? That is nothing but the 2d divided by d1 minus d2, right? So this is the formula for find out the velocity ratio, right? But you can see here this term is a, we don't know this term. Okay, so this is the total given data. Okay, so you just try this problem at your home. If you are not getting the answer, I will tell you in the next lecture. Just I have given you one hint. Here you can see, by using this velocity ratio formula we cannot find out the velocity ratio. Here you have to use this formula, then you will get that answer. Okay, so this is the hint for this problem. Just try to solve it at your home, take it as a homework. आपण भेटूयात पुढच्या लेक्चरला. ठीक आहे, थँक्यू.